Okay, welcome, welcome. So in this class, I'm going to practice, teach, and practice Setubanda Sarvangasana. I will do Salamba Sarvangasana shoulder stands with a chair and Karnapidasana. And then I'll do 10 minutes of pranayama. So those are the three practices that I will do today. So beginning with Setubandasana Sarvangasana, there's no yoga mat for this first one, but we're going to use a wall. So I'm going to demonstrate over here. Okay. So as we come into this pose, I've placed a block here against the wall that I will place my heels on. Then we're going to work with the block. We're going to do it twice. The first time I'm going to do it the second level. The third, and then the second time I will do it on the third height. Okay, I will use a blanket folded for my shoulders. Okay, so we need one blanket folded in half. Now the folded edge away from the fringes of the blanket is where the shoulders are going to be. The head is going to be on the floor and the neck is not on the blanket. Okay, so I have a cork block. I don't have a wooden block, and I'll begin with this. Okay. Setubandasana bridge position. Sarvangasana supported bridge position. Okay, so I'm going to straighten my legs eventually, so I have to have a little space away from the wall. As I come down, I will place my shoulders on the blanket and my head off the blanket. Hi, Zoe. I love you too. Okay, so like this. All right, then I will lift my hips up for the first one. And I'll place a block just for a warm up on level 2 along the width of the hips and sacrum. Then I will firm the upper outer arms and shoulders into the floor and blanket to lift my chest. Okay, I'm going to bring one heel to the wall, to the floor, to the wall, and then the other. And then I'm going to slide myself straight here. I'm going to rotate the thighs in and extend from the inner legs to the heels. And I will stamp my heels into the wall. Setubandasana Sarvangasana, lifting the top chest. And coming out of this variation, and I will go now a little closer again towards the setup, as I will come up onto my toes this time and place a block on level 3. And this time I turn it so the skinny side points down towards the heels. I'll place the feet onto the wall, and then I will straighten my legs and stamp the heels into the wall as I lift my chest in Setubandasana Sarvangasana, so bridge position. The legs are working straight. Roll the inner thighs down. Extend the inner thigh to the heel and straighten the legs. Interlace the hands behind the block if you can reach, and roll the left shoulder in and under, roll the right shoulder in and under, and firm the arms. The action is to lift the sternum towards the shin. And do the hands, bend your knees, lift your hips up, and then lower the hips down to the block, just on level 1, flat block to rest. And then slide the block out of the way. Roll to your right side. And use the left hand to press yourself up. Thank you. Okay, now moving on to Salamba Sarvangasana Shoulderstands. And now, after we've done Setubanda, here is Salamba Sarvangasana Shoulderstand. Salamba means supported shoulder stands. I have folded 3 blankets where the folded edge is flat and ironed to the edge of the blanket. Then I have a bolster on top of the folded sticky mat. From shoulder stands, we're going to come into Karnapidasana, which means pressing the ears with the knees pose. Wonderful for any digestive situations and many, many more things. Okay, so coming into Salamba Sarvangasana, and can everybody swing your legs overhead into Halasana? Okay, great. So we're going to go directly into it then. We are not working by the wall. So I'm laying down with my knees bent. The blankets are even. I'm in the middle of my yoga mat, removing my hair clip. My head is rested on the floor. I have the chair here over my head, on which upon I will land my feet. Okay. The neck is not touching the blanket. I'm going to press my arms down and the backs of the shoulders to lift my chest. Inhale, swing the legs over your head to the chair. Interlace the hands behind your back and then roll the right shoulder in and then turn the inner arm to the outer arm and then roll the left arm in and under so that you can get on top of the shoulders. From here, bend the elbow and place your hands to the back and lift the flesh up towards your sit bones. Now, press the legs straight and reach from the inner heels, inner thighs, beyond the inner heels. Now, press the shoulders and the upper arm into the mat and extend the right leg towards the ceiling. Turn the right inner thigh, turn the right thigh in and reach from the inner thigh beyond the toes. Place the right leg down. Now, lift your left leg up, turn the left inner thigh back, and straighten your left leg. Press the upper arm and shoulder into the mat and have the legs meet in Salamba Sarvangasana. Shoulder stands. The upper arm is pressing down. The sternum is lifted towards the shin. This is the queen of the inversions. As I press the buttocks in, I straighten my legs vigorously. Any amount, reach from the inner thigh beyond the heels. Coming out, I lower my right leg to the chair and then my left leg to the chair. Now reach your arms down and bring the arms overhead. Pull the chair slightly closer, and then I'll bend my right knee and keep the toes on the chair seat and hang my knee towards the right ear. Then I bend my left knee and let my left knee hang towards the ears. The big toes are touching and the inner heels are touching. The soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. Karnapidasana, ear pressure pose. Now, you can keep your arms straight with the shoulders rolled under, or you can bring your hands one more time to the back. Straighten the legs one more time. And from Halasana, this time ground down and press the shoulders down and reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. Rotate the inner thigh back and reach from the inner thigh beyond the heel. Now add the right leg, turn both inner thighs in and reach from the inner thigh beyond the inner heels. Straighten your legs any amount. We're lowering back to Halasana. Bring the left foot to the chair, right foot to the chair. Undo the interlaced fingers, bend your knees, and roll yourself down. Keep your knees bent. Now you're going to slide yourself off the blanket. Reach your arms overhead and move the chair. And slide yourself so that the whole spine is flat on the floor. And simply cross your legs and rest. Switch the crossing of your legs. Place your feet to the mat and roll to your right side. Use the left hand and press down and bring yourself up. Now we're going to come into Shavasana from here. So I will keep one blanket for my head. And then I will, option is of course to have a bolster underneath your knees. I'm going to choose not to do that. But coming in to Shavasana, where we'll simply observe the breath. Lower yourself down and keep your knees bent. Hold on to the backs of the legs. See that the shoulders reach directly all the way to the blanket. And from here, bring the right shoulder blade under and turn the arm from the inside out. And then roll the left shoulder blade under. Lift your hips up and then lengthen the hips and the sits bones away from the crown of the head. Straighten the right leg and flex your heel. Straighten the left leg and flex your heel. Press the center of the heels into the mat. And simply take a long, natural breath in and exhale it out. Then let your legs release and flop open. I'm going to place a blanket over my hips for added grounding. And the first step of pranayama is to simply observe your breath. And I'm using my clock here to set the timer simply for 10 minutes of breath observation. So join me here. See that the arms and the legs, the karmandriyas, the organs of action, are relaxed. The back of the head is resting comfortably. And we have closed the eyes, the top eyelid, closing down to the bottom eyelid. The breath remains natural. And you're practicing pratyahara, pulling your sense organs inwardly and simply observing the breath. Now coming out of Savasana and pranayama of breath observation, then awaken your fingers and toes and place your hands on your belly and your heart. Then bend your knees one by one. Move the blankets to your left and roll to your right side. And rest here for up to 2 minutes. Allow for your eyelids to gently open and maybe allow for them to close again. And draw the knees a little closer into your chest. Lean into your left hand and make your way up to seated. And from here, we're coming to comfortable cross-legged position. And bring your hand in front of your heart. Namaste. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.